Carmageddon in 1997 was probably my favorite racing game from my childhood. It was perceived to be very edgy for its time, and it broke the monotony of all the other racing games that felt copy and paste. While I understand that Need for Speed was the main thing during that time, I preferred Carmageddon. And for some reason I never knew until recently that there was a new Carmageddon coming out in 2016. But the moment I saw this, I had no hesitation to jump in whatsoever. So, let's do this!
Let's do this!
Let's do this.
So let's just get this out of the way. If you don't know what Carmageddon was back in the 90s, then probably this isn't for you. It's only the nostalgic factor that will entertain you for a bit. And to be completely honest, I really did enjoy going back, remembering the time me and my brother spent back in the day. But unfortunately, the nostalgia only took an hour or so to wear off, and then the game's limitations started to mount. So what are your options? What do you do? Well, there are 20 different levels, each containing about 3 to 4 stages, all with different objectives. Firstly, you have your classic karma. You win by either completing the amount of laps before the competition or just completely wrecking the competition. Then you have checkpoint stampede. So there are random checkpoints spawning throughout the map. Once you gather one, another one pops up randomly on the map. And so you have to gather 10, and then first to 10 wins. After that, you have Ped Chase, P-E-D Chase. That's right, we have cute little nicknames for pedestrians now. So this is basically the same as Checkpoint Stampede. There are random pedestrians on the map. You have to run them over. And then the first to run 10 pedestrians over wins. And then lastly, you have Death Race. This is just a normal race. There's 5 laps. The first to complete the 5 laps wins. So the thing that's supposed to keep these races entertaining is the abilities of the cars. So all these abilities you pick up randomly on the map. Some of them you blast fire out of the car. The others you have electricity coming around you, which stuns the enemy when they try to hit you. And then there are stuff like you can jump. This is to get to harder places on the map. You can also pick up wind abilities that just blows the car away from you. So the amount of abilities is not the problem either. It's trying to use them accurately, which is not really always possible. One thing I actually liked about the physics, this one DeLorean lookalike has spikes coming out of the front of it. And when you hit pedestrians, they would stick to the car because the car will pierce through them. But then they will be stuck to the car, and this will influence the weight of the car and also the maneuverability. So that kept things quite interesting. But other than that, the car physics are terrible because when you try and fly through the air, it's more like a toy car. So you just flip around. It doesn't matter how straight or how careful you are. Your car will blow to one side or the other. It's very hard to stick a landing. The cars sound terrible as well. Holy crap. They all screech like a cow getting its tongue ripped out. It's it's quite comical sometimes. And then you get the police cars with their sirens. I mean, just have a listen. And it's around the 4th level that things really start to get stale and boring, and also just plain irritating. I should probably mention that you can upgrade your car. It upgrades the more you use it, so that's a thing, I guess, but it's very limited. It's not like you can upgrade specific parts. They give you an option before the race starts and you just upgrade it that way. You can also unlock new cars. There are quite a few of them. With every level, there's a new car that gets introduced into the game. And then if you complete that level, the new car gets added to your garage. But in the end, honestly, none of this is worth sticking around for. If the game mechanics actually worked, then yes, I could see this being fun. And like I said, for me, the first hour or so was fun. But it's only the nostalgic factor that played a role. But if you don't know this game, if you haven't played this game before, then I would recommend staying away from it. So is this worth playing from start to finish? No.
Not good enough!
Thanks again for watching. My Rise of the Tomb Raider review is on its way. It should be coming in the start of the next month. I'm also working on a new trilogy. You should hear about that soon. But stick around. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. But until then, love, party, play. Bye, guys.